everyone, Assalamualaikum. I am Nonusra Najah binti Mano, S51115, who like to present my final year project named The Productivity of Microfinance Institution in East Asian Country. I was supervised by Dr. Nuzarihan binti Abdul Halim. As you can see, for the content, we go through one by one, starting with background of study, next problem statement and objective, third method and analysis data, fourth findings, and lastly conclusion. First of all, background of study. Can you guess what is the meaning of microfinance? Or can you guess what is the meaning of MFIs? So, we go through one by one. What is the meaning of microfinance?
Microfinance refers to the activity or business of providing financial service to poor people or new businesses in poor countries. In business theory, microfinance is the activity of providing financial service such as small loans to poor people or new businesses that cannot use traditional banking service, usually in developing countries. The policy is guided by a vision of achieving widespread access to microfinance throughout the country and made possible by institutions operating on commercial principles. Although growing, few MFIs are investable. In order to be successful, MFIs need to run professionally, achieve skills, and show a good result. Next, we go for the problem statement. MFI's primary goal is to meet the needs of the poorest member of society, providing credit at low interest rate. MFI's approach to achieving their social and financial goals have consequences. MFIs pursue their social and financial goals in a variety of ways, which has an impact on their production. As a result, MFIs borrower and policymaker will benefit from this thesis, understanding productivity and performance of microcredit. The high productivity and performance of MFIs indicate a greater emphasis on achieving financial goals at the expense of social outreach. Next, we go for the objective of this thesis. There are two objectives, which is to analyze the distribution of microcredit users across selected East Asian countries, and second, to examine the performance of loan disbursed by the MFIs. Method and analysis data. For the data, we are using quantitative data or known as secondary data. It was collected from Mixed Market and World Bank data website for the selected country. Time selected is from 2014 until 2017. Here, list of indicators used in variable. For dependent variable, we are having productivity, while dependent variable, we have average loan size, number of credit client, return of asset, return of equity, and operating expense. For analysis method, in this thesis we are having four types of method, which is correlation coefficient, pool regression, fixed effect model, and random effect model. Finding. Here is descriptive analysis for distribution of microcredit users by number of active borrowers. The distribution of microcredit users shows on average and fluctuating shift on each year. Vietnam has the highest number of active borrowers, while China has the lowest rate of microlending activity. Next, the distribution of microcredit users by gross profit loan. The year-long pattern represented by the graph bar for each country is largely the same, but the Vietnam gross profit is the highest for each year, while gross profit loan that have a low value is Indonesia. Next, descriptive statistics are used to describe the basic features of the data, but here I want to focusing the value of skewness. Skewness is referred to the normal distribution in the set of data. So, as the result shown above, we can say that the majority variables distribution are low skew. Next, correlation. It's between variables indicate that as one variable changes in value, the other variables tend to change in specific direction. As a result above, the strong correlated when ROA variables with ROE and OE variables. This is because correlation coefficient whose magnitude are between 0.5 and 0.7 indicate variables which can be considered moderately correlated. Besides a pool regression, Looking at the independent variable that mentioned above, the result shows the value of average loan size, return of asset, and operating expense are negatively related to the dependent variable productivity. The relationship was significant at 1% importance level. Next, the number of credit client and return of equity are positively related to the dependent variable productivity. This relationship is not significant because p-value over 0.10. Next, we have fixed effect model, which is resemble of the pool regression model. In particular, variable of CC, ROE, and OE are negatively related to the dependent variable, while AVGLS and return of asset are positively related to the dependent variable. Next, we have random effect model for the performance microfinance. The variable of number of credit client, return of asset, return of equity, operating expense is significant, while average loan size variable are shown not significant because the p-value over 0.10.
So we go for the last content of my FYP, which is conclusion. Overall, the thesis has identified a various challenges that MFI face in maintaining their financial and social performance, which subsequently affect their productivity determination. So various policy implications are drawn from the outcome that are from this thesis. MFIs can increase their performance by lowering their operational and administrative costs by reducing the delinquency rate and transaction costs. Staff productivity also can increase by giving them incentive.